Hilarious guy. There we go. Okay. So we got that muted. Looks like that's up and running. Alright, let's go to window capture. The window capture to be...
There we go. Hey, Yas, can you still take away the bottom part for me? Because it doesn't look like you...
Oh, I'm gonna bring my phone so I can see what you guys are talking about.
I'll fix it.
2 seconds.
1 second.
One other small thing, Glenn's face is being covered by the PBG logo.
Oh, I see it. Okay, sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to... Damn it, where is it? There we go. Okay. Alright, sweet. Now everybody's being covered. Woo! Let's film it, guy. Alright, let's do that.
Estoy hablando aquí. No estoy gritando, please.
Tiki-tiki-tando indio! Woo!
Buena noche.
You know, what should we do? What do you think, Ernest? Should we do a side thing? Should I put them all along the side here?
What do you mean, like
better? Do you think us along the bottom, or do you think us?
Maybe on the top.
At the
that
top?
way, the video can be shown, and that logo won't cover anybody's face.
And that makes a lot more sense. You sexy, sexy man. That makes a lot more.
What am I searching for? PUBG? I mean PUBG.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. On.
So I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay. Cool.
Is Anthony joining us, or is he just?
No, he said that he doesn't believe in the Zoom.
Yeah.
Can he still join via?
Thank you. Let me see.
On location. I don't even know.
Right on, nice.
Hey Glenn, while we're doing this,
can
you show us your setup for your headphones for Xbox?
No.
Oh no, he knows something.
What? These ones? No, it's just these. And then, and then this plugs into the controller.
Oh, okay.
Look, that's a huge dongle. What is that?
Don't you have the controller that already has that plug, like that plug?
Yeah. So I take. Yeah. So it's simple for this tutorial. So you take the controller and then you just plug it in like so.
Doesn't it already have a headphone jack in the controller built in?
It has a headphone jack, yeah, but then I can't. It doesn't work. Like nothing works. It's weird. Like on this headset, but like when I was using the other headset, like when I use Chris's little headset, yeah, I just plug it right into that, and that's it. But for this headset I have,
he's rocking back and forth like an old man.
Yeah, no, I have to, guy. That's right. Get off my lawn. I'll stop that. Actually, that's a good idea.
There you go.
Stop it from happening. I don't know how to stop it from happening. Fucking stop it. Stupid.
All right, there we go. I'm gonna put this behind. Where is it? Arrange order, send, move to bottom. Yay! We did it! Okay. And that way, we can pretty much go anywhere we want on the interwebs.
You can't shrink that even more? Okay. Oh, never mind. Fit the bottom. Okay. Never mind. Oh, I see what you're saying. Fit the bottom. So it can... Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just stick it behind the videos.
Got it. Behind the 4 boxes.
Yeah. So, because it's not important to see the... Whatchamaloot it? The
URL.
Yeah, the URL is not important.
Yeah.
Just whatever's here. So let's just pretend like this is like the Xbox conference. Actually, I think we can even get something, a little cinematic mode here. Whoa!
Why don't you turn off that side panel, can you?
And now for the
autoplay stuff, so you can just see the bigger screen.
Real performance test and benchmarking. Let's put this GPU inside the system and see how well does it run.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, cool. Never mind.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll mess around with it more. I have this kind of this screen side on the side here. You know?
Yeah.
It's not really doing anything.
Cool. I see.
Oh, put some PBG stuff there.
That's cool. So what are you going to loop in the background? Just Xbox clips? What are you planning on doing there?
I don't know.
Oh, as we talk about a game, you're going to Google.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Search.
That's like the
ideas.
Yeah. But
maybe as a throwing it out there, maybe we just stick to Xbox.com, the YouTube channel, and then we just see clips from there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I should have gotten something ready where
this is test.
While these are like, so this is the main stage where we'll have like the, when we're doing research, I can go to Xbox. You can go to their stuff right here. So you can bring up videos or do research on this site. But then I also want like a temporary, like, hey, nothing's happening right, like a graphic right now there. And I'm thinking, let's see, just something quick.
The cartoon graphic, no? We still have that one?
Just something real quick. Like, do we have anything under images? Google.
By the way, Yasi, are you did you want to like do show just the video and not everything else? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to hide what you're searching and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I could just. That's what I was thinking. I'll like put up a graphic if it's like I'm getting into like an email or something and I don't want anybody to see it. I can always put a graphic up in front of it or something, right? And that blank space we could put maybe our own information. Twitter accounts, all that stuff, unless you guys want me to. I like how we all have video feeds now. If you want, I can work on the. I'm pointing at the screen and none of you guys can see it. I'm sorry, because this is the way that it's set up right now. So I was thinking, I like how I can account for all four of us, right? I wish if Anthony was here, I could put like a fifth placeholder there, right? You know what I'm saying, next to Glenn. Which would just be the like PBG logo or something. Could be the placeholder if a fifth person shows up, which I think is fine. And if you want, what I could do is I could just have all of our, as graphics, all of our names and Twitter, like maybe in a little bar over here under the names, and it should make a good division between us and the content that'll be here. And so this content will switch to like a stay tuned graphic or whatnot. The problem is I'm looking now on this side here and I'm like, you know what? I could fill it, but the problem, like the way I have it fit right now, it's good aspect ratio wise. If I make it bigger, you'll lose part of the screen just for the sake of filling this. So I don't know what we should put here. What would be here normally, if it maybe is
Potbelly logo? Can you put a graphic there?
I was thinking, what about I can put like Twitter chat here or something? I don't know.
Or why don't you just do the whole screen fully from the whole full width?
I mean, like I said, it's on an aspect ratio right now. Well, I can definitely do it and make it full screen, but you'll lose part of the screen just for the sake of filling this in, which I'm okay with doing too. So I think.
What is that black?
It'll be a good way to hide the address bar and stuff.
Well, what is the back? Is the black your desktop, or what is that black?
It's unused space right now.
Unused space.
Yeah,
Okay.
All of this right now is this screen right here is like basically that's what everybody is going to see streamed. In fact, it's being streamed right now. All the stuff right here is being streamed right now. So just wanted to get your input on what could be here. For now, though, what we're going to do is, we're streaming and I'm also editing. I'm recording this video. We can do something on the fly, do predictions. Afterwards, I will edit the video with the bar very quick. I know, Gabe, you're thinking, don't worry about editing. Editing just a matter of like 1-2 graphics, lay it on top of the video.
Oh, I see.
Real quick. So
got it.
Like right now,
it's like your YouTube. Like the YouTube I used to do with Glenn. Got it.
Exactly. So like right now, don't worry. I know it looks rough.
No,
but we're
looks
recording
good.
it. We'll edit it. Everything will look good. one last thing I gotta figure out. 2 last things. Want to play the intro and also just like kind of like a PVG, like a temporary graphic, which I actually think I have a good version of it on my computer somewhere.
There you go. Open it with that mug.
That's it. Bwah, 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 bwah.
I actually think this kind of perfect.
We take turns rapping in the intro.
Oh, I got a good one. Okay.
Oh, this sucks that Anthony is not on. That's kind of shit.
He doesn't trust the Chinese government, and neither should you, my friend. Neither should you. Let's go display capture. Image.
Should we start the show wearing masks?
No, I don't think so.
Fuck.
Damn it, that's not what I meant to do.
Fuck that painting in the background. Hold up. That shitty painting.
Break it up live!
Well, where'd you get that painting, by the way? Oh, you didn't hear me. Where'd you get that painting?
That's just those shitty things where you go and you eat and you paint and you drink and stuff.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I honestly want to throw it in the trash, but for some reason my parents are like, "Oh, don't throw it away.
It looks good.
It looks beautiful, son."
You look gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Thanks, mommy. Oh fuck.
Like, what? Oh my god, we have 3 people watching right now. Let me guess, it's all of us, right? Except one of us isn't watching it.
Nobody needs to know.
Woo! Well, it'll be good. It'll be put up on the site anyways, the YouTube's anyways.
Are we gonna share this? Are we gonna share this on Facebook so people see? People we know or no?
I can.
I don't know.
I can once we get into chatting and stuff, I'll share it on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
See if anyone jumps in.
Oh shoot! Pressure's on.
Yeah, okay, so then if that's the case, why don't we put the chat right beside that video so that that little space so that we can see the chat as we're thing, and then nobody's gonna say
Yeah,
anything.
I was about to say so we can look fucking like losers, guy. Like nothing there.
Let's check the chat. Let's see what's going on with the chat.
It's like close it.
Nobody?
Close
All
the
right,
chat.
cool. We'd have to like pretend we're chatting. We'd like we'd sign up and like, so what do you think about the Xbox?
Oh man.
That's good.
He loves the image. Oh boy.
Pre-beard.
What are you gonna put in his hands? I know you're planning to put something in his hands, right?
No.
You should put the Xbox Series X in his hands.
That's not a bad idea.
Fuck. Anybody in a rush? Like I'm good. You guys
I'm
got
not
time?
in any rush. Yeah, I got
Okay.
plenty of time.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So. Yeah, so how's Anthony gonna join in?
I don't know, man. He's got lots of different laptops. I just assume, like, just use one of your random laptops with Zoom. Let the Chinese copy the empty laptop. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You can be in it.
Use the government laptop. Oh fuck.
Oh shoot.
You're fired.
No chance.
It was just a chat, dude.
Fuck, I'm getting thirsty. Okay, let me go get a drink.
I'm getting fucking thirsty.
Yo, maybe get a little whiskey going.
Damn, dude. I wish I had some whiskey. Are we gonna be drinking that day? Huh? You guys want to go get a couple of drinks on Thursday?
At lunchtime?
That's true, yeah.
Day drinking.
I mean, lunchtime is perfectly normal to drink something.
Mm-hmm.
So, just saying.
I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I mean, with my life, what am I doing? I don't know. I feel like I'm under the pressure now. I should have worked on this earlier. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You know what? I should just make it the badge for like Potbelly Gamers, the podcast. What am I trying to be?
I was working on some like transitions and stuff for our like if we're gonna switch to like another video, or we're gonna do something. It's like it just does some weird
like explosions, right? Like explosions. Maybe
I'll do an intro to like a video intro to podcast. Episode 201, right? It's 201 technically.
No. I'm not even giving it a number because I'm not sure what it is. So.
Episode test.
Test.
It would be, if anything, it's 199.
I don't want. No.
Okay.
It's. I don't even know what the official count is, so I'm just gonna say Potbelly Gamers podcast.
So what's the deal, boys?
Well, give me 1 second. Pot. Event create.
I don't even know if my audio sounds good or not.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, you owe me a Coke. According to white people rules, you owe me a Coke. I just was like,
Did I say? We didn't say it at the same time.
We did say it at the same time.
Oh, it was just lagged. It was just lagged on my end. So it doesn't count when it's lagged through digital.
Every time something special happens between us, you always make some kind of excuse that it wasn't special. Well, you know what? Fuck you, Ernest. Fuck you.
I didn't say it wasn't special. I just said it was digital.
I know what's in your heart, you bastard. Like, I'll need to take this away from him. How do I make it less special? I know. Where's the center? Goddamn center tool. You know what? I don't even care. Fuck it. You hear me, Glenn? I don't even care. Let me just put this. Let me just copy and paste you in there, buddy.
But you do.
Untitled. On the downloads. Let's make it a title. There you go. Damn it! God damn it!
Hey.
Yes.
In the title, in the YouTube title, are you able to take out the Potbelly Gamers and just start with Xbox event?
Huh?
And then go Xbox event PBG prediction special podcast.
Ooh, I can do that. Okay, read it back to me, baby. What do you want?
Take out Potbelly Gamers, go with Xbox event, then put like PBG.
Oh wait, sorry. Do you want it all in capitals?
That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Xbox event.
PBG predictions special podcast.
Isn't it Xbox Showcase? Isn't it called the Xbox Showcase?
Yeah, we can do that.
Same
Xbox,
shit.
Game Showcase? What is it?
It's Showcase, I think. Xbox Showcase.
Showcase, yeah.
Oh, is a game. Hold up. Now you got
July 23rd, 2020.
I'm just saying.
Showcase.
Yeah, game showcase. You're right. Game. Just so, in case people search Xbox, maybe there's a chance we pop up in their fucking.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If you go with Xbox as the first word,
yeah,
the chances of us popping are a little bit more.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah. Because no one's gonna search that. But then with the. That?
I love you, buddy.
KRATOS says thank you.
Well, I did it in the corporate study, okay? And
I'm happy.
Because I did this, it cost us valuable time on this thing that I'm making. I have no idea why I'm making this thing.
That's actually awesome. Perfect.
Copy. Damn it. What did I just do? Copy image. I gotta say, this is some of my best work. You know what I'm saying? It's some of my best work.
Right on.
Woo-hoo. And a crystal ball is what we need. We need a crystal ball.
Crystal ball?
Crystal ball PNG. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, that's looking good.
Yo, ADD, relax, cool off.
Just saying, I mean, you know. Fuck. In front of me, why not?
I like your little placement, your little secret labs, like angled so the fucking camera can see it perfectly.
Hey, I'm getting paid by the hour, right? Sponsored by Secret Labs.
I like it.
No, I'm not. No, it's not sponsored. Don't even. They want to.
I find it hilarious that you're the one with all the Marvel stuff in the background wearing a DC shirt, and then I'm the one with all
Batman's right there. There's Batman right there.
I can't
Batman,
see it.
Catwoman.
No, I don't see anything.
If you can't see it, it
Well, it's
doesn't.
blurry, so.
If you can't see it, it doesn't exist.
Oh, that's true.
No.
You can't have both. You can't
Marvel,
have Marvel
still,
and DC.
Hey, where's your
Marvel DC?
Hey, where's your little your oh my god
Event?
Your Falcon show? What happened? What Disney? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Disappeared?
They're resting. They're too
Falcon?
busy. They're too tired from all the billions of dollars that they've.
Falcon.
Seriously, yo, Marvel. Seriously, what's up with Marvel, man? It's fucking sleeping, man.
So you had
I
like
think they
1,000,
delayed everything. You know?
1,000 shows ready to go. You can't do anything, and I don't know what's going on with you. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, it's gonna. They'll show up. They're just giving DC their time right now. They're letting them breathe a little bit. You know.
Stargirl, which is crazy. Where are you? Where's Marvel? Where's all?
Didn't Stargirl go to CW? I don't know. It's just wondering.
Yeah, Stargirl's awesome. Stargirl's good.
Stargirl's fucking good, dude. I haven't seen the last episode though.
Will it be good when it's CW taking over?
I'm worried about that. Legit worried about that.
No, it should be good. It should be good.
Swamp Thing's about to come back. About to hit TV.
Does that mean? Wait, sorry. Does that mean that Stargirl's gonna go along with Flash and all those guys? You think?
I would
crossovers and stuff.
I would imagine they're gonna integrate something with it, just because of HBO Max and like how everything's now been dispersed, like through the DC online streaming. So it's like they're making all these shows, but pretty much selling them off to get more. Like I would imagine Stargirl's going to get more viewership on the CW than it would on the DC app, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not HBO Max. Like I think HBO Max would have been huge, but would have been big. But you're right. CW would get more eyes.
And then I think they can.
But is it worth it? Is it worth it when the budget's reduced?
But would the budget be reduced or would the budget increase? Because now you can throw commercials and airtime, right? You can sell it now with like, hey, you know, it might change the direction of the show a little bit.
Have you seen, how many episodes have you seen of Stargirl?
3.
3? Yeah. Compare the budget, the way it's filmed, any Flash season, and come on, man.
I think the whole entire budget was put into
the first one.
Yeah. Let's put it on episode 1. Okay, what are we gonna do? Reuse everything we used in episode 1. But I mean, it's good. Like I like it. Like it's pretty amazing. But now and then, like I said, now that TV shows are desperately looking for content, I would absolutely see Swamp Thing all of a sudden just being huge. And it'd be interesting because if they drop Swamp Thing and all of a sudden there's this big craze for Swamp Thing, I would be interested to see if Swamp Thing can actually get picked up again to be resumed as a TV show.
Did Swamp Thing get canceled?
That's hard, man. The budget for Swamp Thing is way different than the other shows.
I believe, yeah, no, you're right. It is, but now if you have HBO Max and you would have a lot of interest of people watching it, you can't go, yeah, I agree, you're not going to go.
Oh, HBO Max. I'm sorry. I thought you meant CW. Sorry.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like with HBO Max, but TV shows need content because no TV shows have filmed. So even the fall season's about to look really bad. So a company like CW could go and say, hey, we want to grab those 9 episodes of Swamp Thing. We need to air something. Okay. And if that Swamp Thing gets to build an audience, other than the only people that have watched Swamp Thing are the people who had DC streaming service, right? So all of a sudden, Swamp Thing's about to most likely have a whole bunch of new eyes on it. If it gets a lot of fans, you could probably remake the show or continue it. You probably can't go on to location like in Louisiana and stuff like that, but I think you could do something with it.
I think they're gonna have all their hands full with Batwoman, right? Batgirl, whatever. Batwoman, sorry. With the new actress. I think they're gonna focus on that.
Well, 2. I mean, they have a lot. Like they still have.
They have Superman and Lois.
The Superman Lois would be coming out. Plus they have all the other stuff. So obviously Doom Patrol Season 2 is happening right now. I think Teen Titans Season 3 is going to go to HBO. Like it's going to be on whatever.
I hope so.
Max thing is. What else did they have? They had something else that they were.
Well, Harley Quinn. No.
Yeah, the animated stuff. Yeah.
Yo, I don't like the little look you just gave. You like the animated stuff, like you don't like it?
I like lots of aspects of it. I can't stand the voice of Harley.
Her voice?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's just because I think I'm so used to, was it Arlene Sorkin, right? Being like the definitive animated thing. And like I said before, the swear, even Doom Patrol. You've watched Doom Patrol, right?
Yeah. Oh, the first season. The first episode.
Have you watched the second?
Second season, first episode, sorry.
Yeah, like when you get into that, dude, it's like, stop swearing. You're not swearing it naturally. It's like you're forced swearing. It's to be edgy.
Jane, got it.
With the Harley Quinn too. It's like forced swearing. Say, oh, we can swear now. Let's just drop bombs. Like it's like no. There's like later on in season 1 for Harley Quinn, the swearing kind of dropped off, and it made sense. Like you drop shit or something, and then I'm like, okay. But like that first episode was just like F this, F that. I'm like, this is stupid. Like why? And even when you get into Doom Patrol, I think episode 3 and 4 are pretty like this. They're dropping F-bombs like crazy, and you're like, why? Like you can tell it's
naturally flow, like you said.
It's not a natural flow, especially when you watch season 1 with these characters. You're like, okay, they just discovered swear words. Like it's weird. That's all. It just feels unnatural. That's all.
Okay.
That's all. And I think they're just doing it to be edgy, but I don't know.
Did Batman ever swear in Harley Quinn? I don't remember.
No, Batman.
No, right?
Batman. It's just so everybody. It's really just Joker and Harley. But even then, once episode 2 passed, Joker never swore again. He was only
really.
Yeah, he was only dropping it in the
first episode.
In the first 2. That was
I didn't think that. That's weird. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yo, Gabe, have you been to the comic shop at all?
2 weeks ago. Yes, I didn't go this week. I wanted to pick up the DC Metal too, but I haven't got a chance.
Okay, so you've seen like what he's done to the shop, eh?
Yeah, I know that he's renovating the top.
Yeah,
he owns the top or whatever you call it.
Yeah, the bookstore. Yeah,
the
just
bookstore,
like that he's out of the book game business just with this. So he's gonna go. They said all new comics and everything will be upstairs along with toys and statues now. So
it only makes sense. Like it only makes sense. Like whenever I entered there, I always saw maybe 2 people upstairs max.
Yeah,
it was always empty.
The volume was always downstairs.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no, that's it. But yeah, that's pretty. It's going pretty good now. So, yeah. But even then, like I don't know if you've talked to him.
I know the DC shipments and stuff.
Yeah. She's like last week's comics didn't get to him until Friday because he chose to go with Luna. He went with Luna.
Right. Yep.
And it's just all what I mean. It's again, I guess it's just working out with new distributors and stuff. So it's like they'll work it out. But right now, I was overhearing people are complaining that they're paying $100 more for their boxes, like for delivery and stuff. Yeah.
Other comic book stores are like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. No, it's pretty. It's pretty crazy. Like like I said, I think once, like you were saying, and he said, once it's worked out. But right now, like you're like, okay, this is crazy.
Chaotic, yeah.
And like I said, he's just not getting shipments, or he's put. And I know, I think 3 weeks ago, like we're talking, and I think it was like Superman, Teen Titans, and a couple other books. He didn't get, and that Luna place was saying, "Oh no, you didn't send us your order," and he had to go back. And he's like, "I'm going back to get the emails to send them to show here's my order." Oh. So he was like, he had to run up to was it that AK Comics or something inside that mall?
Yeah.
And he bought a couple
from him.
And I was like, oh, shit. I go, wow, wow, you know that guy, eh? And he goes, yeah.
Everybody knows that son of a bitch.
And he's like, well, he was kind of nice to me. I'm like, that guy's so miserable all the time. He goes, yeah, I know.
Yes. He was okay with me, but fuck, if you weren't there to buy anything, buy a lot, he'd give you this look like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Serious, eh? Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Are we almost good to go?
Yeah. I just want to bring up the music.
Are we doing this for the DC
fandom?
Yeah, fandom.
Okay, let's go. 24-hour stream, boys.
Yeah.
Why not,
yeah. Just take turns every hour. Someone comes on.
The only problem.
We'll be sleeping.
The only problem is Doctor's the only one that has to be up for 24 hours. The rest of us can rotate.
I can just leave it running, recording. It's fine.
Yeah. I was like, I'll just come on. It's like at 3 a.m. It's like, yeah, they just announced a bobblehead.
Scratching your balls.
Fucking Nightwing season 2 bobblehead. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know who's not having an event? Marvel, baby.
No.
Hold on one second.
But they don't need it.
Yeah.
They're resting right now.
Fuck their fans. That's what I say, right?
I think the only thing they have is for Comic-Con next week. They have Marvel HQ because I signed up for that in Comic-Con. There's nothing else.
Comic-Con is garbage.
I mean, I like this aspect that now every panel you can join. So,
well, that's true. That is
it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. A beautiful day
so
for a
that's kind of cool. Like things
Would
that
you
never
be mine?
get to see, or
Could
you know what I mean? It's like
mine?
How does that work? You get like a
neighborly day
reminder
in
on your
this-
phone, the panels of what to
Yeah,
select, everything. YouTube.
Okay, guys.
Sorry.
What I'm gonna do is, you guys can't hear the music, but the music will be playing for the next, let's see, probably a minute and a half. Okay.
Well, I'll wait for you to talk, and then we'll know that it's over.
Yeah. But it's definitely coming up when I press play. It's definitely coming up on the stream. So If someone wants to just double check the stream, that's fine. I'm going to start it up, and I'll bring you guys in. Okay?
I can hear the music, but you can also hear us talking and stuff in the back behind the music too, right?
Oh, well, you'll understand the cue. I'll get the music going, and then once, just give it a second, you'll hear it. I'll come on in a second. Let me just play the music.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like
Thursday nights at PotbellyGamers.com. Yeah.
Know what it do every single time that we come through. It's the Potbelly Gamers, we got it on lock. This the podcast, we will never stop. This the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect, we don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
It's the Potbelly Gamers Companion Podcast for the week of July the 18th, 2020. This is, I have no idea what I'm doing away off my game. This is Yasser Raja, aka Icon Boy, on Xbox Live, and no longer PlayStation Nation. I sold my PlayStation. I'm no longer what you would call a pony. I no longer bang that Sony drum. I'm no longer brainwashed like the masses. Just gonna gobble up that Miles Morales DLC.
Film it. Now film it sandwich.
Yeah. Film it sandwich.
You guys want to introduce yourselves? Today is a very special podcast. I'm just gonna do predictions of the showcase coming up. We're very excited. I definitely want to hear all of your predictions. Each one of you, I hope, is bringing some kind of a mic drop type prediction for us today. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves, and I'll try to fix something that's breaking on my side. Go ahead. Maybe Ernest. Go ahead. You go first, Ernest.
Ernest, aka Ruckus on Xbox Live and PlayStation Nation. PlayStation Nation. But I barely use that, so that's fine.
Gabriel Narori, Nika Metroid on Xbox Live, the one true platform, and
looked
that's
like you
about
had
it.
to check it. You had to like check to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I was checking my phone for some reason, but yeah. Anyways.
Hey, what's going on? It's Glenn, aka Leafs in 6 on Xbox, and quite recently I've jumped back into the PlayStation, just trying to do the Apex Legends events on PlayStation. So yeah, Leafs in 6 also on PlayStation, and for those out there, also on the Switch. Woof. Bring it!
Wait, it hasn't happened yet though. The Switch one hasn't happened yet, right?
No, but I'm still.
It will be. Okay.
I'm still me on the Switch, so.
Oh, are you, or are you like a number? Are you like
it's a number.
052789?
But in my mind, I'm Leafs in 6 on the Switch.
Okay.
Nice. All right, so yeah, we don't want to try to keep any dead air. It's been a while since we did our last podcast, so I know you guys are probably rusty. Ernest told me that he has a list of predictions. I don't want to hear anything safe, okay? Don't tell me that fucking they're going to show Halo Infinite, okay?
Shit. That was the only thing on my list.
That's an easy one. You know what I'm saying?
That was the only thing on my list, and
so your list is pretty much blank.
I don't have a list. I only have a couple of things, but yeah, I have a couple of predictions.
So
mic drop moments.
What should we have like kind of to look at right now? Should I go on the YouTube?
Interwebs?
YouTube.
Yeah. The old tubes.
I
The
got
old YouTubes for Xbox.
I got my booklet here for our prediction list.
God damn.
Yeah, no,
All
I don't
right.
have anything on here. I opened it up to make myself look like I had something ready. Why did I say that?
You know what? I'm gonna have Notepad open because I want to remember your predictions. So let's start with round 1. Who's the brave soul that's gonna go first with our round 1 predictions?
You know, I'll say one thing.
Yes.
They are going to eliminate multiplayer payments for multiplayer online gaming.
Oh,
basically get rid of Xbox Live Gold and announce that it's basically just part of Game Pass now. Like multiplayer is going to be free. No paywall is what I'm.
Get rid of multiplayer on Xbox Gold.
Well, Phil has been talking about, like, you know, bringing everybody together and not necessarily the generations, but everything. Basically, everybody be able to play whoever you run with, I guess, against a group of friends. So that's interesting. Yeah. That could be something that could benefit all gamers and maybe be able to get, you know, PlayStation owners over the Xbox.
For sure, I think they're moving away from hardware and more towards just making it like a platform, right? And a lot of people are kind of, you know, shitting on them for, you know, hey, that doing it this way is going to hold back the games. But I think Phil did a really good post. He talked about the other day how, like, for many years, if you want to, like, play a game, and the best place to play would be PC. And that's all about adjusting the hardware to accommodate the game that you have. So the game will look good on the best hardware, but, okay, so it won't look that great on an iPad streaming xCloud, maybe, like, for as an example, but you will that's the entry point for you. Everybody has an entry point, right? Depending on what kind of fidelity they want. At least they're going to a place where everybody will be able to get into that ecosystem. So definitely, I see that. I don't know, man. I feel like they're gonna have Game Pass Ultimate, and then they're gonna have Game Pass. I don't know. Like maybe they have 2 tiers. I can see them having 2 tiers where you still have Xbox Live Gold, where you get the free games every month. But you're right, maybe keeping multiplayer free is the way to go. How ironic would it be that, like, Xbox was the first to charge for multiplayer, then Sony came in, big dog, oh, it's free here. Then a year later, they're like, no, now you gotta pay for it. And then when Xbox now comes full circle and they're like, yeah, you know what? We felt like that was a really shitty thing to do, going in the wrong direction. And it kind of like shows everything that Sony's been doing as being like the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? So they come full circle on that. It's awesome. Sorry, I think Anthony's trying to contact me through Xbox. Hold on.
He's just showing you personal 8 kills that he did in a game. I forget. I don't know what game it is.
Yeah, he's playing. Warzone.
Warzone. Okay, so he got 8 kills. Good for you, Anthony. Good for you.
Thanks, Anthony. You couldn't come on here and like, you know, discuss it with your friends, but now let's.
I was hoping he'd come on and be like, I got 8 kills, bitch, and he leaves.
Sorry, just gonna go grab a drink. Give me 1 second.
But you know, cool. like I was like, you know, the reason why I think that is because, like, you know, there's that rumor where they're getting rid of gold, the 12-year gold subscription. Like, they're not doing that anymore. So there's a theory that because they only have the 1 month and the 3 month, that this thing will basically be announced for September along with, you know, xCloud and stuff. Like, in a couple of months, they'll just get rid of gold, and then you'll be able to, like, play online without having a paywall. I mean, it sucks because Sony has that. Sony, free-to-play games you can play online without having to have Plus. Like, that's why you're able to play Apex
and Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Xbox doesn't have that. You still have to pay to play that, and that's kind of crappy. But
the better example would be also PC. Like, if you're buying something on Steam, you're not paying to go online to play.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, and that's another thing. Like, when you get Halo for Xbox and then you get Halo for PC, the PC people can play it for free without having to have Xbox Live Gold to play it online. Xbox people, like the console people, will have to pay. So it makes sense, man. It just makes sense. I think they have to announce something like that.
Okay, so I got Ernest down as for his first prediction. You know what I like about these prediction shows is that we get to go back and shit on you, and we have evidence to shit on you with. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on a second though. What if the prediction doesn't happen then, but they actually say it eventually?
That's fine, but for the time being, we get to shit on you, right?
Oh, okay.
That's what matters.
All right. That's fair.
I'm going back to the well for 3 years in a row for my.
Oh, okay. All right. I
man.
like it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I know. Come on. What else could it be gone?
Was that a tease? A tease for the prediction?
I think we already know what it is, but yeah, we'll let you say it.
Go ahead, say it.
Oh, my prediction?
Yeah.
So, I finally think that we'll get the Batman game.
There we go. All right.
Now, because of the DC thing happening in August, that will be the interesting thing. So I would imagine at the DC fandom event that's going to happen August 22nd, which for those who don't know, it's a 24-hour stream that DC is going to be showcasing everything, their movies, their comics, and their gaming aspect. So what else would DC have in its gaming, or I should say Warner Brothers Entertainment have in its gaming? Now the question would be, will Xbox be able to show something? And then, kind of a cross promotion, hey, but tune into the DC fandom to see more. But that and other rumors of a second DC game would be crazy, which now I've read, so I don't think we'll see anything at Xbox, but I'll just throw it out there anyways, of apparently a Suicide Squad game.
So
which
I think
is
they're on new Batman game / Suicide Squad game. Are you saying from Rocksteady?
Well, the Batman game is going to probably be announced from Rocksteady Montreal, and the Suicide Squad game is actually going to be by the full Rocksteady.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. Gabe, I know you might be going for a prediction right now. I'm going to edge in there
All right, good.
because Glenn came very dangerously close.
Hey, Yas.
All right. I'm going to tell you a prediction, baby. You ready for this?
Hold on, Yas. Before you do it, you got to check your mic. I think it's.
Is it too high?
It's clipping or something. That's
How
what
about now?
Anthony just
I
said.
moved it away. Anthony Franco, how's that? I moved it further away from me. Okay, I know you guys are going to be like, oh, here it comes, a WB, right? Position? No, I'm not going there. Guess what? It's a different studio. Okay, you ready? People overlook this, but WB Games comes packaged with another studio that is more important. I would argue more important if they get that, and that studio is called NetherRealm Studios with Midway. And what if they could get Mortal Kombat exclusive to
this
Xbox?
chat's blowing up my headphones. Sorry.
Sorry. Is it really blowing
No,
up
not you. I think it's Anthony's, the Facebook Messenger I have on. I gotta take it off.
Yeah, he's talking about the audio. I don't know.
Yeah, Yasser, your audio's messed up.
Yeah, it's not coming up properly.
Zoom. Oh, is it too low or is it too high? Because now
It's like it's fuzzy. Like it's loud and fuzzy. Like I can't.
Oh
explain.
man.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like if you put a volume all the way up, there's distortion.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
None of us could tell him this like earlier before we went live.
I did mention it.
It's okay. It's just so much easier with the mixer. You know, maybe don't worry. I'll try and figure out. Maybe I can fix it through post. This is how we do it.
Just delete the video.
This is how the fucking Potbelly game is over. Nothing's ever simple. But that's my prediction. If you can hear it or not, I don't know. My prediction is that they get their hands on NetherRealms with Mr. Ed Boon comes on board. He comes out onto the stage.
In full gear? Scorpion gear?
No, the black t-shirt and pants. But I'm telling you, man, that would be huge. Because think about it. Like, PlayStation, they put the money in for Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, right. A couple years back, yeah.
Yeah, and now I think they're losing it because the netcode on Xbox is better. And so, what games do they have? And you know, the game that they were really championing before this was Killer Instinct because the netcode was so good on it, right? And they're really pushing it in the tournament scene. And actually, it has picked up steam. Like, it does, it's right up there with Smash Brothers and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat versus, and you know what? I never thought about it. That's why that game is so good. Gods Among Us? Because they're both owned by WB, so they had the full gamut of DC characters. I always thought like the DC characters were so well integrated, so well thought out, all the backgrounds, all the armor, all that stuff, and the reason was because NetherRealms and WB Games were so close, they had access to everything, right? And they can go back, and that's what I love about like the DC universe with all the movies and all the properties, is that they can be vastly different and still be kind of celebrated, right? We gotta talk about just tons of shit that we missed since the last podcast. Like, definitely want to hear your input on Snyder Cut and all that shit, right?
Hey, Yas, sorry, before you continue, is your mic set up as the camera mic on OBS, or is it the one for your headset?
I believe it's the one for my headset is an OBS. Yeah. But you know what I'm going to do? Let me maybe delete it. So this mic here is running into the mic input on the front of the box. And what I'm going to do is I'll delete it.
Anthony sent a video, an audio file through the chat just so you can hear.
It's actually all of a sudden just sounded a little bit better. Nope.
Oh, back.
They went bad. They went bad again. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good times, boys. Good times.
It's getting a little better. It's getting a little better.
I'm not doing anything.
This is what it's for. This is what it's about, right? This is all
it
testing.
Wire? Is it your wire?
Maybe the wire is
It's 2020, man.
Look, I put the. Is it better now?
Everything's falling apart.
Because now I just put the gain really high.
No, that's horrible.
It's horrible?
Worse.
Okay, how about now? Is the game better?
It's worse. It's worse.
Okay, you know what? Let me just delete this fucking thing. Desktop audio is up, which is all you guys. Audio input capture.
Jesus.
Let's delete that. I don't even know what that is. And let's delete this.
Thank you, Anthony, for helping us out. By the way, thanks for letting.
He is helping, dude.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying thank you. If I want to be sarcastic, I'd be like, "Thanks, Anthony, you piece of shit."
Our little guardian angel.
Guardian Chew. Pull the mic back.
Oh, how about that?
No.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Are you able to unplug your headset and just talk through the computer's microphone?
Do you want me to do that? Okay.
Go. Try that.
Try it. Give it a go.
Said pull the mic back, he says. Because
how's
the
that?
audio is good when you're talking normally or when the audio's low or something.
Oh, so how about if I just put the mic here? How's that?
What if you just podcast from another room and just keep the mic on the desk? Oh man.
Because he also.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's best that you keep talking, otherwise we
He
won't
said you
figure
could
out.
hear the hum and everything of your room as well. So I don't know, like.
Do you have a fan? PC? Maybe it's your.
No. It only comes through when he says something. Is when it's like a distortion, or it's like if you put.
Yeah, no, we've experienced that. It's like when you're Xbox Live and that one person's talking and like you hear the.
And the mic's inside their fucking mouth. Yeah.
Swallow.
Yeah, it's right in there. Yeah. Hold on a second, I gotta.
Yeah. So, hang on. What was your question? Was your question
Okay.
about,
Camera mic.
That's your question. What was your question?
Okay, how's this? Is this better? Because right now I'm using the camera mic. The mic on the camera.
Hang on.
Oh. You know what I should do? I'm gonna plug in the mixer. Mixer feels like it's way easier to deal with, like all the hardware all goes through a USB socket. I don't know. Cheers. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay.
Like you sound perfect here, like talking on Zoom.
Yeah, on this you're
but
perfect,
I guess
but on this stream, it's very like it goes to when you talk, you can tell it's like a distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn, you're going to be working during the thing, right? The event.
Which event?
The July 23rd event.
No, it's happening at noon. I'll be at home.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thursday noon.
Yeah.
We have 1 week to really get something good working for the event. I really want it to be good for the event.
You wanted a which?
I want it to be good for the event, for sure.
Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. No big deal.
I switched over to the camera's mic right now. I don't know if that's making a difference.
I hear like a fan. That's all I hear. I hear a little bit of distortion. It's like your PC fan or something.
Yeah, my PC fan is pretty loud, but
that actually sounds. Whatever you've done, it sounds a little better.
Yeah, because I'm just using I'm not using this mic anymore. It's the mic on the actual camera.
Yeah, you can understand what you're saying now in the stream.
Yeah, it's probably your mic is so good that it's picking up every single detail.
You love it, guy. Love it.
It's probably the PC fan.
Yeah, I'll figure out a better streaming. I don't know. I had 2 days to come up with something, and I didn't do shit. So
it's all good. Let's go. So let me pick it up.
I'm off on Wednesday, so we could probably churn something out if you want to test something out.
I'm hoping.
Are we back to Ernest's prediction? Or no, Yas, your prediction.
Oh, I said that they're gonna.
Boon.
Yeah, never stop. Never soft. Right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Neither rounds.
I'll jump in and I'm looking forward to Playground Games. I really want to see Fable. I feel like the show's obviously the focus is going to be on Halo, and that's the game that's going to represent Xbox the best. Recently, actually upgrading it to the Series X.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Fable. Like to have that 1-2 punch because so far people are saying that most likely Forza is not going to launch this year. So. What would be your Would be the second for me? It'd be Fable.
So can I
show it? I'm not saying it's going to.
I put Fable announced for your prediction.
Yes, correct. Fable.
Yeah.
Fable.
So
pretty much a lot.
But what are you thinking? You're thinking like a tease, right? Like, or do you think we might get some kind of gameplay engine footage, something? What do you think?
I think it's more than a CG teaser. I think there'll be enough to show. It won't be like a demo, but there'll be like actual capture of the actual game. We'll actually see the engine at work. Yeah.
I like that. All right, that's round 1 done. Okay, just a recap of round 1 because now that my mic's working, Ernest says that they're gonna get rid of multiplayer on Xbox Gold tier. Gabe says Fable announced actual gameplay capture of the engine. Glenn, new Batman game / Suicide Squad game from Rocksteady. And I have the NetherRealm's acquisition with Mortal Kombat / Ed Boon. And boom! Alright, let's go for round 2. Ernest Rizal, you're up. You have another prediction?
Yeah, I think they're gonna bring Gears Tactics to the Xbox Series X. That's
swinging for the fences with that one.
Wow. It was that though.
It's like this guy just like tuned in, like hung it, just handed in his.
Ernest, second, I'm just gonna write these 2 things real quick here. Dude, it's already like open beta on PC. Of course, it's gonna come to the Xbox. What kind of prediction is that?
No, well, I mean, there's never been said.
Mr. Xbox himself, guy, with the hard-hitting predictions. Come on, dude, Ernest. Really? That's your prediction?
Yep.
Okay, Gears Tactics coming to Xbox. Like, where else would it go? You know what would be crazy if you say it was coming to phone? Coming to phone. Oh my god.
That doesn't make any sense.
But Gears Tactics coming to Xbox makes only sense. It's not. Come on, I expect this a red drop from you.
No, it was only on PC. It's never been on Xbox. It's never been announced for Xbox. So I figured, hey, that's one. Because they're not gonna. It's too early for a 6. It's too early for them to show safe.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yo, Ernest, when I said mic drops, I meant mics that were not meant for ants, guy. You know, it's tiny, little tiny. I can hear that pin drop, mic drops. Look at my bald spots, guy. Boom. Okay.
Oh wow. Anthony's sending us a message about the feed, so just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah, Anthony, why are you shitting on our parade here, Anthony? Don't come on the show, but then you're fucking shitting all. I don't like it.
No, I think it's just the audio. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the audio. Yeah.
I'm giving like so much shit to Ernest, and it's like, why don't you go next game? My list is too extensive, guy. I can't just bring it up right now. You know, it's just too much. So, Gabe and then Glenn, go ahead, man. My predictions is too hot to handle right now.
I'm gonna go with, because obviously with the PlayStation event, they kind of brought back Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm thinking Xbox will do Banjo-Kazooie.
Ooh!
Because it seems like PlayStation's really been, like going with the animated stuff and that. Yeah, they've been big on that. I almost feel that Xbox would answer with their kind of.
You son of a bitch! You stole my fucking prediction, guy! Glenn, Mr. Dangerous! Do you know why that prediction has a lot of steam? Because the guy that was originally in charge of Banjo-Kazooie, he was on Sea of Thieves, which he says he's like done with. And he's probably looking for a new project, and it would be like natural for him to just slip in there, in the Banjo-Kazooies. Just slip in there.
Who would make it? You're saying at this point?
It would be Rare.
Rare? But Rare's making Everwild, though. And that's going to be a big game.
Rare.
I'm thinking like Zelda type of big.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I don't see it being a game for whatever service like Sea of Thieves. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're gonna do a back-to-back type of game like that.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie, I'm not saying is gonna be huge. It's gonna be a basic platformer. I don't see it being anything really super ambitious.
If it comes back, it has to be big. It has to be.
No, dude, it's gonna be very simple.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of those 2-year games. They're just gonna announce it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna. I just think there'll be an announcement about it. Not that it's coming out anytime soon. That's kind of where I'm going with that.
All right, new Banjo-Kazooie game. That's pretty big. You want to go, or you want me to go?
Yeah.
Gabe,
I'll give you a little bit more time to think about it. So I'm gonna say, even though already people are saying not coalition. Oh my God! And the initiative. Apparently, the initiative is not gonna be there, but I don't buy it. Like, if you're gonna do a showcase event, I feel like they'll be there and they'll announce something. They just won't have enough. They've only been active for about 2.5 years, so I don't think they'll have much. But they'll tease what it is, and for me, I'm hoping it's Perfect Dark.
Oh, you're saying it's gonna be Perfect Dark by the initiative, eh? Yeah,
because I think that there's a lot of ties there. Like, I feel that the coalition was working, I think, on a reboot. Because you remember when I got teased, the one with the guy jumping across, from the side of the building and the fireworks in the background.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Shanghai something it was called. I have a feeling that they were working on a Perfect Dark reboot. But since they got the license for Gears, they just decided to pivot and go with Gears. So I feel like that maybe there's like shared technology, because I know they're working closely with the initiative.
Yeah.
That I feel that is something that would be amazing to be back in the library, right? Besides Halo and Gears, it's always they always come in 3, right? So,
and who's doing Gears right now? Is it Black Tusk?
Which is Coalition, yeah.
Okay, they're the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, my prediction is Viva Pinata 2. We're going to get a new Viva Pinata. Because we got Viva Pinata, then we got that Trouble in Paradise game. We didn't get a new
official number 2.
So I'm going to throw it out there, Viva Pinata 2. I love Viva Pinata. That's a great...
Isn't there a part 2 already?
No, it's called
Paradise.
It's called Trouble in Paradise.
It's almost like a 1.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we haven't gotten a 2, and I think that this would be a great game if they can build it in a way where it could scalability. I think it's a perfect collecting breeding, forcing.
Sort of like Pokemon and how Pokemon got so popular with
exactly.
trading stuff.
You know what? You're forcing them into sexual positions with each other to have just the right babies. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
From the back, hard, fast. You know, Viva Pinatas.
Viva Pinatas. Baby.
Viva Pinatas. I love that. I'm sorry, what I was trying to say was they can build in a way that shows out the scalability, like how good that game will look. Even on its most basic form, streaming through xCloud, it's going to look great. But imagine, like, with ray tracing and, like, you bring it all the way to the other side where you'll have it look so great on the Series X. I think it would be a great game to show off the scalability across.
Or like you're saying, tailored towards being built with xCloud in mind. So basically having your phone and always constantly like upgrading your character or like you said, training. Yeah, it's actually kind of
And the thing is, what I like about that is in the past, what you do is, like, let's say you're playing Destiny. You're at home, you're playing Destiny on your computer. On your Xbox, right? And then you leave and you can't play Destiny on your phone, but what you end up doing is playing like some shitty ass mini game to like bring up your stats on your gun or your pilot or some shit like that. Because you're on the belt, you're on the TTC, you pull this thing up and you're like, at least I'm doing something towards my Destiny game, but now you pull it out and you're fucking playing Destiny. You know what I'm saying? You're not playing some shitty mini game towards your progress in Viva Pinata. You're playing Viva Pinata.
Right.
You know, I think that, like, people won't get it until they get that part. That it's not some shitty side app that you're playing to, you know, to give you a little bit more of a boost in the game. You're playing the game.
And but I ask again, who's making it? So far you have Rare making all the games? Every game.
I look at it. Okay, so Rare probably has multiple teams. I don't know. Like, what have they done since the fucking Avatars and Sea of Thieves?
Dude, they worked on Connect games for like 6 years. They're not all of a sudden gonna be working on like big budget games, like 4 of them at a time. They're not that big.
I hope they learned a lot.
So.
I hope they learned a lot from that Connect days, because you see Connect being sold on every street corner now. You know, they're so. Let's go round 3.
Yeah.
Let me do a recap of round 2 for all the people listening live, all the 4 or 5 people listening live. Round 2, Ernest goes with the very, very out there bet of Gears Tactics coming to Xbox. I can't tell if he's frozen or angry. He looks pissed.
I'm fucking tired, dude. I was like,
that smug son of a bitch. Yeah, say it again.
A game with the prediction of Perfect Dark from the Initiative, or they're going to be sharing some sort of technology there. Glenn with the new Banjo-Kazooie game out of nowhere, which, who knows, maybe Philly Spence will walk out with a Banjo-Kazooie t-shirt and then not say anything for 2 months, then mention it again. And then finally with me, Viva Pinata 2. Let's go over to round 3. And Ernest Rosell, you got anything for us?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I would like go with not Banjo-Kazooie. I'd rather see Conker's Fur Day or Conker come back, because they have the property, right? Rare has the property. That is Rare, and they haven't done anything since Bad Fur Day, and I think that would fit like an adult sort of kid. I know it's a kiddie. Well, it looks like a kiddie game, but it's got an adult sort of flair to it, which would be cool. I think that'd be a cool sort of entry point for the Series X. Maybe get like maybe a teaser or something like that.
Especially with Game Pass, we keep talking about it. Like there's and they've pretty much cleared it up. Like studios that they purchased are actually saying that like they feel like they're able to gamble and take more chances creatively. So to create little games that would be perfect for Game Pass.
Yeah,
they need the content. That's what the future of Xbox is. Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
And so.
Yeah, I think that would be a good addition to
And who makes that? Don't tell me Rare again.
Well, I mean, it's a Rare property, right? So I would say Rare should, but
what about Tim Schafer's studio? What's it called? The
Double Fine.
Double Fine, man. Those guys are working on Psychonauts 2 right now. I bet that's gonna be part of the
finished,
showcase.
I think. Yeah, it's almost finished, but yeah, that could work too.
But I don't know. I saw him speak about Psychonauts 2 not recently, but the last time he spoke about it was at an Xbox event, and I can't help but feel that it's really closely tied to Xbox in a way that it's going to show up on Xbox Game Pass. And I don't know if that's something where Microsoft gave a lot of money to the studio, or they paid for the rights, or if Double Fine is just under the Microsoft umbrella now. I'm not sure. But I think
they are. Double Fine is a Microsoft
right?
studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's coming to Game Pass, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, sorry. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay, who's next? Gabe, you got a prediction, or you need some time?
I think it was Glenn. I think Glenn. Yeah.
Glenn, you got a prediction?
No, I think it's pretty. I know we touched on it earlier. I was just gonna say Forza. Last year we didn't get a Forza, so I would imagine there'll be a Forza game using, kind of the new tech, and I think maybe perhaps even a different build to the game as well.
Jesus Christ. What's up with this, the same goddamn earnest safe bets guy? This is just like Gears Tactics coming to Xbox. So a new
we should do fantasy.
Sorry.
But we're predicting what's going to be in the showcase. So that's the fair game.
There's some big predictions, dude.
Not everyone could. Not all.
Okay, here's my prediction. Phil Spencer's gonna be at the conference.
Hey, prediction. It's going to be ray traced. Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer?
Oh, yes.
Okay, dude, these guys are disappointing me. Come on, you gotta bring something. Bring it, baby. Bring it.
No, give me. I was actually. I'm going to talk more about. Go next.
Okay, I'll give you some more time. Are you ready for this? Microsoft straight up buys Sega, or buys a huge stake in Sega, so that all their future games come out on Game Pass. All their past games will be released on Game Pass.
All right. That was something that people were talking about. That.
Yeah.
How yeah.
Explain to me how Yakuza 0 is on that Game Pass, and then every week they're announcing another Yakuza from the past library getting put on there. It makes no sense. This is a deal that they've had in place for months that they've not been able to talk about, right? Yakuza 0 is the biggest piece of evidence. It's a brand new game, doesn't make any sense. It's from Sega, right?
Yeah.
Brand new game from Sega, released on day one on Game Pass, only happens to first-party developers, right? It doesn't make any sense for a third-party developer to launch on day one on Game Pass, right? Unless they're owned by Microsoft, or Microsoft has a huge stake in them.
But don't forget, it also was released overseas like 6 months ago, so it's not totally like nobody's ever played it. It's just that our North America has never, like PlayStation hasn't even played it on North America. So that's not bad.
I like that.
What the hell was I gonna say? Oh my god. I'm guessing Phil has been saying that they haven't played it right in the last couple of years with Japan, and their audience. So I'm thinking maybe Big Phil, Papa Phil, dumping throwing that money around, and maybe we get the world premiere of the next Final Fantasy game on their stage, on their showcase.
Oh, they are gonna have some third parties in there, so I can see that happening.
Yeah, but I mean that'd be huge because that's never happened where they first show a Final Fantasy game on their platform before Sony, right?
Like, do you mean what is the next one? Would that be like Final Fantasy 16 or 17?
16, 17.
16?
I've lost track. I don't follow that shit series.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking nerds.
So I'm gonna put Final Fantasy 16 or 17.
Yeah. And then they bring out the what do you call it? The owner of Squaresoft, and he'll get a translator and we'll be able to understand.
Fucking racist, guys.
Alright. Next.
Alright, Ernest, up with another cowardly prediction, please. Cowards, guy.
Sorry, but alright, so it's, you know what, I know they said there's no business, none of that shit. I don't believe that. I think they're gonna drop the price. I have a feeling they're gonna drop it.
I don't know, man.
I know it sounds like like they're always. It's weird, man. Like it's.
That's
weird
a huge prediction.
Why it's so long?
Yeah. Review price.
I like Ernest. Why wouldn't you beat PlayStation to this? You have a huge stage to set price and set your date. That would. I mean, I'm pretty sure they probably. I would imagine both companies. Hey, yeah, we're gonna drop this. Oh no, we're gonna drop this date. But to be first to get that information out, I think is huge.
Yeah.
Okay. It helps with the narrative of Xbox being transparent, so that would be really huge. Like you're saying, like being confident in what you're selling.
Yeah.
And that and get people like hyped and get in those pre-orders. That would be pretty smart.
So
it goes with
that. If you're going with that, are we each gonna predict what month we think this thing's coming out in?
Well,
what month and what price?
I was gonna say, like,
November is given month for sure.
We don't know that.
October, dude.
They might do it earlier. They might do it
earlier. Late October?
October too.
Oh shoot, September, dude.
Also, Ernest, if you're saying you're going to reveal a price, what do you think the price is? Do you think we're going to see Lockhart? Do you think we're going to get prices for both? What's your prediction on prices?
No Lockhart. I think this is purely going to be a Series X drop only, and I feel that the price is going to be like $399.
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Yeah. US.
$399 US.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I have a feeling they're
that's too cheap, dude.
That's
too
cheap. Hey, man. Hey, you never know. They have the money. They could do it.
Well, fair enough. But
it's wishful thinking.
Which version is going to be that price? I think they're going to
Series X.
The main Series X?
Yeah, Series X. Yeah.
Or the digital only?
No, I think Series X.
No, the digital only we're thinking is going to be like $100 less than that, right?
Yeah.
Lockhart is going to be $100 less. No,
probably $199. Yeah, probably $199.
Yeah.
No, Lockhart is the cheaper one, right?
$499. American.
That's fair. That's a fair price.
Yeah,
that's a fair price.
I just don't see it being cheaper than the One X that launched here for $600. So
but they're getting rid of the One X. They're getting rid of the One X.
Correct, and it's been selling for like about $300 before or $350, right? Something like that, $400.
$350.
I just don't see them cutting, like launching a superior machine by all accounts, right? Like everything, right? The GPU, the SSD, and then launch it $100 cheaper than the X. That's hard. That's tough. Be massive.
I'm putting it out there in the universe. I just want to see it happen. So let's make this happen, guys. Let's make this fucking shit happen. All right?
Dear Phil.
dear Philly Spence. Papa Phil.
Well, the rumor is that whatever the cost of Lockhart is, that double that, and that's what the Series X will be. So think about what if Lockhart comes out at $299. No, yeah, if Lockhart comes out at $199, that would be $399. But I really think it's going to be $499, which means Lockhart will be $250, $249 US.
$249. I could see it spot $249.
And Lockhart and then Series X being $499. I think that's good.
And ideally, I think dropping it in October gives it time for when Black Friday happens in the States. They may have systems at that point instead of like you drop in the middle of November and then come kind of after American Thanksgiving, it's like chaos, right? This you almost get people buying it before that time.
Yeah.
Or you get, like I said, you get the excited people that are going to get it day one, and then you got that second wave of people for it's going into the holidays. Yeah. Plus, like everybody's home, man. Like, it's the perfect time to launch if the system is completed and it's ready to launch.
Yeah.
And the numbers are there. Get it in people's hands. Like, there's nothing better than gamers, being able to play that in October.
What worries me is that, the fact that they're doing cross-generational games and stuff, right? Like, you'll be able to play Xbox One, new generation games for Xbox One for like another year or two, right? Maybe because of that, the price might not be as low as I predicted. They probably make it a little bit more expensive because of that, but I still want to see it at $399, man. Like, I think they can do it. I know it's expensive. I know it's they're going to take a loss, but we're going to take a loss on the system anyway, so.
And like you're saying that everything's available everything's going to be cross compatible generational thing for at least roughly 2 years.
Yeah, a year and a half, 2 years.
So the manufacturing stopped for the X, like you said, and then the all digital edition. So that leaves the S in line. So where do you see that going? Do you think it magically crosses the $100 range? The original, the Xbox
original, yeah, no, that's gonna be cheap as hell. I think they're gonna make that
because that could continue to sell.
I'm pretty sure it's running next gen.
Yeah, think about Halo
back end.
Just think about someone going in there and whatever, because of budget reasons, picking up the older Xbox but playing Halo.
I honestly think it's
with everybody else.
I honestly think they're gonna make that more of a xCloud machine, really. Like you'll be able to stream everything on that machine at a higher fidelity. I don't know. I don't know how the hell it's gonna work, but you can stream Series X games. No, I think the S digital, is staying.
The SAD.
Yeah. The S is staying. The digital one isn't.
Yeah. Which is weird.
I know.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
Doesn't that make it also seem like if you're discontinuing that, you're going to want to get rid of that inventory to put in the new inventory, and you're going to get that new inventory out into the stores pretty quickly, right?
That's kind of what I was wondering. Why are they keeping the S? Why are they keeping that? You guys have a theory on that? I'm trying to figure that out.
I could only think it's for the crowd that likes watching discs still, like movies and stuff like that. So you got that you've got a bunch of Blu-ray collections, and you pop that in.
Sure,
and you happen to have a 4K TV, upsizes that. So that's the only thing I could think of. And maybe
true, it plays 4K movies. That's true. You're right. So that makes sense. It's like a Blu-ray player basically, which means it's going to be priced like a Blu-ray player, probably $99 US. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Series S, the Xbox One S is still going to stay.
It's still there. It's still going to stay. Yeah.
That's
the white one. The little white one. The white one
with the disc drive. The one with the
disc drive. Yeah. So I'm thinking they have that one for people that are in a budget, and they still have movies that they like to pop in and stuff, whatever. And then they introduce the new Xbox Series S, whatever how you call it, and that's going to be a digital box. So they want to focus, make it that stand out even more. Here's the digital edition, here's the expensive premium, and then here's the one for $100. It's the Walmart
for your doorstop, whatever.
Yeah.
Just an extra one you could keep for jokes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
That
game looks a little.
Baby?
Yeah, it's scoring. Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I don't know what that game's about, except for leaking. Looks like a leaking penis and shit. Yeah, it's it's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn, I have nothing right now. I gotta think.
Am I guessing the price? Is that what it was, or no? Or just my prediction?
Your prediction.
I was gonna say the game I haven't seen in a while, which I'm wondering if that's gonna come back out, would be Splinter Cell. Do you think they do another Splinter Cell game?
Oh yeah, they did say they were gonna do one a couple of years ago. Ubisoft said it, but they haven't said anything after that.
On the Ubisoft event, I feel like
unless Microsoft has some sort of deal with them, where they
I could actually see them showing first footage of Far Cry 6 on their stage on the showcase. I could definitely see something like that.
Okay, that's your prediction?
I did kind of forget about the Ubisoft presentation.
Jiminy Crickets. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
it seems like that's kind of disappeared for a while, especially with. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. So, all right. Big zeros, guys. Then bonus points.
I'll say one. Coalition, I think, shows their new franchise. Yeah, I think they have something that they've been cooking up, working on. I just don't believe that whole team was working on Gears 5. I just don't buy it. I feel like that every Microsoft, for every studio they're purchasing and picking up, I feel like they have like a 2-team
what if it's Perfect
mentality. Could be. Maybe they go back. Maybe it's not initiative, but I will see something teased that's not Gears related, because I feel like jumping straight into Gears again, I think they should give them like a couple of years until we get back into that, right? And yeah, like I said, look, every team does it. For Sony, Santa Monica has a 2-team. What's it called? Naughty Dog has 2 teams that constantly churning things out, right? Yeah. So it only makes sense that Coalition does the same, right? Because I also feel like as a studio, like, do you just want to be producing like Gears? Like, I'm sure they have aspirations to do something else too, right?
Well, you know what? I have a feeling Rod left because of that. I think Rod, left because he didn't want to. I mean, I was watching that podcast earlier, and they said something about that where they're like, Rod left. Yeah, and they're saying that Rod left, and it's true. Rod left right in the middle of the saga, really, like in the middle of their story. It's like, why would you do that, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
If you really love the franchise, you'd want to at least close that off,
or finish it off. Yeah,
finish it off. Yeah.
Technically, it's the last of the trilogy, right? Like the new trilogy. So why would you just leave? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So and then the other guy, not just him, but there's another guy. I think it was the lead designer.
The multiplayer level designer. Something is at a new position. Too, yep,
which is weird. Right. So, like, why would you do that unless there was some sort of friction happening and stuff like that? And then you add to the fact that they changed a lot of Gears 5 right now. I don't know if you guys played the newest update, but they changed a lot of things. They took out a lot of like the microtransactions. They took a lot of all this stuff out and added some new things in that changed the game a little bit.
Okay.
So that could have been something that Ferguson was like adamant about that they just got rid of. I don't know.
Yeah, it just feels like maybe like they did like an internal vote and like, hey guys, what do you want to invest for your next 3-5 years of your life, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they're like, hey, new generation, let's start off with a new franchise, and then we'll go back to Gears, because you can always have like a second team. You can always have like a second team that with lower numbers working on something, right?
Yeah. And Ferguson's like, and he's left. Yeah.
Like Hellblade. A good example would be Hellblade, right? They picked up Hellblade developer a couple of years ago, but the team that made Hellblade was 17 people made that.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's insane.
Grounded, which is Obsidian, which hopefully maybe I don't know if you guys are predicting that they might come up with something, but Grounded is also like a 10 to 15 personal project, right? So yeah, Game Pass is changing a lot of this stuff, right? Cool.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're skipping this year.
Oh, Glenn,
they're skipping.
Calm down.
Glenn, tell this guy. Ain't nobody asked you for that.
Death Stranding 2 walking even further?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, your audio isn't on anymore. Like this whole time, I was.
There you go. Ah, you love it. There we go.
Yeah, it wasn't working, dude. I don't know how long that's been.
I think it's your Yasser. I think it's your headset.
Is
it might
it?
be the headset, yeah.
Okay, I turned it on through here.
Yeah. It's like you're talking, but nobody can hear you. But then we're reacting to what you're saying.
You know what it is?
Nobody knows what you just said.
There's so many in OBS. I now have like 8 different audio inputs, and like I'm switching between scenes. And as I switch, some audio inputs are on and some are off. And I don't know. I need to figure it out before the show, though. For
Sounds
sure.
Good, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Maybe use your Astros. Why don't you use your Astros for this?
I'm gonna try to figure out how to mix the Astros. I'm gonna connect the whole mixer. I feel like it's easier to have like actual boards with sounds that I can. The way that we were doing with the podcast, I have, sounds inputting into the mixer, and I can mix all that stuff together. I don't know. Whatever.
Just let us know. Let me know. I'll be able to test it out with you. It's fine.
Maybe we just end it.
Yeah. I think that's not for 4 rounds of predictions. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But before we leave, I would really love to hear your input. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
On Zoom, it's no problem.
Zoom is fine.
I don't know about the thing.
Specifically, I just want to hear the joy, the tears of joy, and the vindication from my boys Gabriel Nori and Glenn Kramp. The Snyder Cut, it's real. It's coming out 2021. I know Ernest is very excited as well. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I already have my HBO Max subscription, but
let's be honest, Ernest. Let's be honest, though. The excitement and the joy that we feel is nothing compared to these 2 men right here. So I just want to give them the stage and let's feel I want to feel the emotions right now. Go ahead, you guys.
Oh, we're out of time, guys. Sorry, we gotta go.
You want to go first, Gabe?
No, man. It's all you, baby. I'm good.
Again, if you go back, we can find the podcast where we talked about Justice League. Yeah, it was kind of okay. There was something we didn't like about it. I mean, one of the big things that's really coming out now, which I was very adamant about, was that, ridiculous scene where the Flash falls into Wonder Woman, and now it's coming out that Gal Gadot even refused to film that scene.
Yeah, it's a body double.
It was a body double for that. So, I mean, we had issues.
And that, by the way, sorry, not just that. Apparently there's footage of an actual body double doing actual scenes in the garage, the one that rotates the camera. Yeah. Some parts that apparently wasn't even her.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Wait, so is that like if you look at with Whedon and
maybe,
something to do with that?
Maybe she didn't want to show up to set after a certain point. I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, and again, we've talked about this countlessly on the podcast before, the older podcasts, about we believe that there was always a different cut of the film. We've talked about it on this podcast, that there's something due to the fact of all the footage Henry Cavill filmed before he left to go do Mission Impossible, and then they bring him back and he had to refilm everything. So we already knew how much there was filmed, and again, yes, finishing it with special effects. Again, I forget the number of the podcast. I'll have it for you next time, where we discussed, absolutely there's going to be, there's something that can build a different movie just from the trailers of the movie themselves, where you see Iris getting hit by the car and the Flash saving her. Yep. We've seen the Cyborg, Ray Fisher's character Cyborg playing football, and we've seen it in the trailers, the amount of different footage that ever showed up in the movie. So
didn't he say something like 13% was the only thing that was shown in the released movie?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
That was because Zach never saw the movie. That was his cinematographer that confirmed roughly 15% or something.
15%, some small ass number. Yeah.
And again, there's always been a bigger a bigger vision that he had, where it was supposed to be 2 parts. Things were building, and I mean, I know nobody wants to hear it. We go back again, and you look at Batman versus Superman, and then you take the R-rated, the Ultimate Edition, and how much more of a complete movie that is. Yeah. You're like, okay, the guy has, you know, yes, it's not your happy-go-lucky, but he's grounded it more as we've always said, realism. But the things that he was building was really cool, like using the Omega thing from Darkseid. And again, that Wonder Woman scene, that little teaser that he just released, where she's walking up and she sees, you know, the Darkseid's picture. It's like there's like so much more leading to a bigger thing, which I think us as fans were kind of robbed of. It felt very quick. And again, there's some great, I'm not to say Justice League is the worst movie ever. There's some great scenes that I love. Obviously, one of Whedon's greatest scenes was the Flash running beside Superman and Superman doing that slow turn. I mean, in our theater, everyone was like, whoa, that was like a badass scene. So
yeah, but that was Zack Snyder's scene though.
No, that was Whedon's. That was Whedon's.
Really?
Yeah.
Same with the whole thing with the family and the insects and the bugs.
Yeah.
And the Savadaisky, whatever the hell he said.
No, that's all
that was all Whedon.
Because that's all garbage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The only good part is the slow motion Flash realizing that Superman just as fast as him. That's the only good part that I think that he added. But like that whole family and the bug spray, like fuck you. I thought that was Snyder. That stuff is garbage.
Well, again, I think that the movies themselves have been subject to a studio getting involved because, again, people didn't like. There's half people, although it really seems a lot of people are turning into liking Man of Steel now, which is very interesting. From before, when almost everybody didn't like it, and now there's a lot of people like, hey, you know, it's a good movie. Hey, it's a good movie. And then you go into your Batman, you know, kind of Superman thing, and then again there was just a different press because you had Marvel, which was a very, you know, like we said, colorful, bright, everything's happy, and DC has always been, as crazy as it is, grounded in reality, yet DC is so more
far away from that.
Yeah, DC, if you read comics, are so far away, like different planets and stuff like that. So it's a very interesting mix when you have the Marvel movies, which seem to be that fantasy element, and then you have the DC movies that seem to be based on realism.
Yeah, because I think the Marvel comics are more based in grounded in reality versus DC.
Yeah, they're always
it flipped in the movies. For some reason.
Which is really interesting. And again, it's just, and that's kind of Snyder's ideally vision of what he wanted to do. Which, again, I enjoyed it. I didn't think anything. I didn't like people were going crazy about it, but you see, if you've been on the Vimeo or Viral, whatever that thing is, the amount of detail this guy put into every single shot, like addresses were all comic book numbers. Like, it's not like he just threw it together. He had, you can see the care this guy had in making these movies. Yeah. And unfortunately, it just wasn't everyone's cup of tea. I would imagine the Batman versus Superman movie probably has like an almost 4-hour version of it, which probably even has more explanations into it and stuff like that. So I'm happy just because, again, the fans kind of win, and that's a weird way. The fans have kind of spoken out, and they've kind of shown a giant company like Warner Brothers that, hey, you know, we want to see something that you guys took out because you just didn't like. You didn't want to stick around with the director, and you know, like I said, I think they used his daughter as a way to get out. Like,
yeah,
I think if it wasn't them pushing him, I think he would have completed the film. You know, even with the amount of things with his daughter, which is sad. I'm just happy because we get to really see a cool version, and all the actors are so on board with this.
Yeah,
like Ben Affleck has signed a new contract with Warner Brothers for work.
That's crazy, yeah.
So,
but the amazing part,
the actors that they got care about this. This isn't just something like, oh yeah, whatever. I think all of them, from Momoa, and again, we know Ray Fisher, we know
Gordon
all
also
of them cared about this project, and I think that's the best thing you have is when you have top actors caring about this project that's so old, and I think caring about a director and what his fully vision was. I think that should speak volumes onto what's going on when you have the the core of them willing to all come back, rework contracts, or just do things with their contracts to be able to finish this project. So I think it's a win-win for everything. I think
how much is that do you think is their combined hatred for Whedon coming back just because like fuck that guy, you know?
And again, there's a lot of stuff we weren't on any sets. Obviously, I'm sure there's NDAs. I think Ray Fisher himself came out and said he has an NDA for like 30 years. So there's a lot of shit he can't talk about. When he was kind of starting to say stuff, then he was told, yo, you need to rein that in, eh? So I think perhaps on set, there was a lot of tension. And I guess maybe he wasn't the nicest of dude, or maybe he came in with such an egotistical view of it. Like, hey, I did the Avengers. Hey, they called me to come do your film. So, and again, you have these actors who care. So I don't know. It's a very interesting.
Apparently, he badmouthed a lot of the movie that's acted in front of the cast.
Oh, that's
and the staff. Yeah.
But again, you've seen such support, and again, you don't need like Affleck didn't need to go and sign something, like, you know, especially when you hear about the troubles in his life due to filming that movie, you know, the tolls in his body on everything, and he still decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to sign up. Now, apparently, he's not going to be in the Bat costume. It's more for voice, and he's going to do a lot of Bruce Wayne stuff, but still, like...
So, like Batman CGI or something like that?
Well, we don't know. The other thing is, I'm sure you've all heard, is also they're now really big on the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Again, which was another movie that Warner Brothers got into, and they decided that they're going to be the ones to edit it, not the people. As we know,
it was actually like, I think it was a music video editor, a commercial guy or something like
that.
Yeah,
it was an
McGee or something like that.
I could be wrong. But again, you had Morak, you had Jared Leto, super, like, the guy poured his heart into the Joker, and half of that was we never got to see it. Like, apparently when you watch the DVD or Blu-ray, whatever you call it, people were like, yo, he really was into this character. And for the 5 minutes total airtime he has in that movie, you don't get a good view of the Joker from that. So again, is there stuff that perhaps maybe David Ayer is also going to get for HBO Max? Hey, you know what? The Justice League is so successful, let's throw out the Suicide Squad cut, and I don't know, it'll be very interesting. And then not only that, I'm sure you guys heard there's a Joel Schumacher super cut
about that
forever. I'm like, what is going on? It's crazy with how much it's weird, like how much involved.
How much WB fucks with the movies?
Yeah, like so involved. It's crazy. Yeah, it's like just again, I guess that's what happens when they're based on profits, not making it. Where when you flip it to Marvel's more, hey, you know, this is our own thing. We're left alone. So I guess that's kind of the interference you get. But I'm excited. Like it's good, and I think my excitement is hyped up when all the actors are super excited and also tweeting and talking about they're excited to get back and film some of the extra scenes for this. So I mean, there's Green Lantern's going to be in it. The guy who was cast for Green Lantern in the movie, he's now going to be coming back on set to film more stuff. So like this thing was going to be huge. Like it's pretty exciting. So it's
going to be a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, it seems. And I was always like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, you look at some of these things like on Netflix. You can go with like the Daredevils and all that stuff. These are technically like 12-hour movies, like the way they all play out, which is why we like Daredevil. Wow, maybe not all of them. Luke Cage was good. What was the girl? Oh, Jessica Jones was horrible. But do you know what I mean? Because they told their full story, not crammed it into 2 hours. They allowed the characters to grow.
I'll tell you though, like I think it mostly dragged on a lot fucking more than they should have. Those shows, anyways, whatever.
Well, the middle was yeah.
Like, but a couple episodes, he's just eating cereal and that was it. Like I was like, fuck this shit.
Or wanting to sleep. Oh my god, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what the show's about. You trying to get a nap.
Yeah, it's just like. Alright.
But yeah, I mean, now the other big thing is happening is when does Wonder Woman 1984 get released? So, I mean, that's the only other
HBO Max streaming.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know if Gabe was at the comic book store this week. The novel
Yes.
books were all released this week. So now things are out. If you're looking, like, you pretty much can know the story now because, you know, those things, the comics and stuff have all been released. So,
Man, they're going to have to stream it.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I mean, at this point, then again, at this point, where do you go with that? We look at what happened this week with the 30 Rock special. 30 Rock was...
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, 30 Rock was going to air the one-time special this week, and I think 21 states didn't show it, including Buffalo, where we are. So, like, on Tuesday, Buffalo had it, like, NBC had it here. I hit record on my PVR, and I was actually home, you know, just before I went to work, and I was like, I'm going to watch a little bit of it. Man, it was yanked. It was like some community show. Like, not community, like some local Buffalo community show.
So weird.
That's weird.
The whole thing was about the new Peacock streaming service. So there is quite an interesting divide happening between these companies releasing it on a streaming service and cable companies, movie studios, or movie theaters kind of being like, no, hang on, this is money for us, which again brings us to another point where we're with Christopher Nolan's new movie Tenet, and he's adamant that this thing's going into a theater. I know it's been pushed back because of what's going on in the world, but he's pretty much ready to push it into August. Like, this is going into a theater. It's never going to go streaming first. So there's a very interesting, I don't want to say war, but it almost feels like a war between streaming services and studios and the places that show it, like the theaters or cable networks, on what's going on with content due to, you know, everything that's happening in the world right now.
Yeah. Interesting time, boys. Interesting times.
Did that answer your question, Yasin?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, your mic's done.
Oh, yeah.
No, come on,
I
really?
can hear you on this.
Hey, we can hear you now.
Okay, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting the podcast. There's no sign of the podcast on All Games anymore, so it's up to us to promote. YouTube.com/Potbelly Game. What is our website? What is our
Potbelly Gamers PBG?
Is it Potbelly Gamers PBG, right?
We don't have a website.
We don't have a website.
We have social media stuff.
Oh, we don't have PotbellyGamers.com anymore, right?
Yeah, it's done.
It's just YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Spotify. Can we put this on Spotify? We're still on Spotify.
Are we? I have no idea. I know that this is
Go
a
to
video.
Spotify. Subscribe to us. You can get a whole whack load of podcasts.
A whack load.
Whack.
A whack load.
Podcast.
There you go. All right.
Podcast.
And believe me, this is just our first attempt at this. It'll get a lot more polished and a lot more professional as we go. Yeah, you're probably right. All right, say bye, everyone. I'm going to stop the stream. Bye, everybody.